Hi guys, David O'Sullivan here, and in this video I'm going to be doing a preview of all the big blockbuster movies that are going to be coming out this year. And I thought I'd do this because my last video was a kind of recap and wrap up and review of the award season, and now that the award season is all over and done with, I thought that would be a really great opportunity to look ahead and preview all the big blockbuster movies that are coming out over the next few months and of course this summer. And I also thought I'd do this video now because although there's a lot of big movies coming out in the summer like May, June, July, there's also a lot of big movies coming out March and April, particularly March. There's a lot of big movies coming out this month. It's really weird because kind of March has almost become the beginning of the summer movie season, which is kind of weird, but yeah, there's a lot of big movies coming out this month, and of course April, May, June, July, August. So I thought I would give a preview of all the big blockbuster movies that are coming out for the whole year now. So not just the summer movie season, but all the big blockbuster movies that are coming out this year, all the biggest ones, the ones that people are most excited about, and give my quick thoughts on what I'm expecting out of each of these films, whether I'm excited for them or not. So with all that said, let's kick this off now. And the first film coming out is Tomb Raider, which comes out over here in the UK anyway on March 15th. And I'm actually looking forward to Tomb Raider. I'm not, really excited or anything, but the trailers look good. I'm a fan of Alicia Vikander in that role. She looks the part anyway. I don't know how good it's going to be. I'm hoping it's going to be good, but I've liked what I've seen for the most part from the trailers. I think Alicia Vikander looks good in that role, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing this. Like I said, I'm not like crazily out of my mind excited or anything, but it just looked good, and hopefully it will turn out to be a good movie. And next up, A Wrinkle in Time, that comes out on March 23rd, and this one has got slightly more mixed reviews. Not everyone has come out loving this movie because, reviews for the film have come out. A lot of people have seen it over in the US, and apparently it's not supposed to be that great. But I'm still holding out hope. I haven't made judgment on the film yet. I'm going to wait till I get to see it for myself. And also, I like the trailers. I've got to admit, when I first saw the trailers, I wasn't that impressed. But every time I see that Sweet Dreams trailer in the cinema, it just gives me chills. I think it's just such a great trailer. Visually, the film looks spectacular. It looks like it's going to have some great performances from the cast as well. So I'm still looking forward to this film. It's gotten some mixed reviews. People are coming out saying it isn't that great, but I'm still holding out hope that I'll like it. So I'm still very much looking forward to A Wrinkle in Time, of course directed by Ava DuVernay. I'm a big fan of hers as well, so still looking forward to seeing this film. Then next up, Pacific Rim Uprising. It also comes out on March 23rd, apparently, and I've got to admit, I'm not that excited for Pacific Rim. I didn't love the first one. I know. And that's a weird thing to say for me because I'm a big fan of Guillermo del Toro. I didn't hate the first one. I liked the film, but I just didn't love it, There's a lot of people that really love Pacific Rim, the first movie. I thought it was okay. I thought it was alright. But we're getting a sequel now because it did really well, overseas, internationally, in the foreign markets, because it didn't actually do that well in the US. I'm not sure how well this one's going to do. And to be honest with you, it doesn't look that great. Maybe it will be really great, but I've not been a big fan of trailers. The trailers really haven't done it for me. I'm excited to see John Boyega in that role of playing the son of Idris Elba's character. That looks pretty cool. I guess some pretty cool action sequences, but whereas the first movie, I love the look of the first movie. It very much was like a Guillermo del Toro movie, big robots fighting kaiju. This kind of just looks a little bit more like a typical glossy, big budget Hollywood action movie, Transformers-y kind of thing. It looks more like a Transformers kind of thing and less like what the first movie was, so I am a little worried, but I'm hoping it will be good. Like I said, I'm not that excited for it, but hopefully it will be a pleasant surprise for me. And next up is Ready Player One, that comes out on March 29th, and I am a lot more excited to see this. Similar to Pacific Rim, I do have some worries. I'm kind of cautiously optimistic. It is directed by Steven Spielberg, who's my favourite filmmaker of all time, but the trailers haven't completely sold me. I have liked the trailers. I think the trailers have been really good, but there's just something about the marketing, just something about this movie that it just hasn't quite clicked for me. I'm hoping the movie's going to be absolutely fantastic. Maybe it's just something off with the marketing campaign because it is Steven Spielberg. So a lot of people have come out, saying that they're worried about Ready Player One, they don't think it's going to be good, and they're already poo-pooing it. I'm not going to do that yet. Like, the trailers haven't completely sold me, but it does look really cool. It is directed by Steven Spielberg, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm hoping this will be a really great return to form for him as far as the big blockbuster movie is concerned. This is really the first big family-friendly orientated blockbuster movie he's done in a while, so I'm looking forward to seeing this, and I'm hoping it will be really great. And next up is Avengers Infinity War, and this is the one I'm most looking forward to. Well, there might be one other film that might top it for me, but this is one of the ones that I'm looking forward to the most. Obviously, I'm a big Marvel movie fan. I've been a big fan of almost all of the Marvel movies. I just love these characters, I love these stories, I love these films. The Russo brothers coming back after what they did with Winter Soldier and Civil War gets me very excited as well. If it wasn't them, maybe I'd be a little bit nervous, like about handling all these characters and this massive, big, intergalactic story, but because of what they did with Civil War, how successfully they did that, and for me, Civil War is still the best Marvel movie we've ever had. I'm not that worried. Sure, there's a danger that it could be overstuffed and overloaded and have too much going on, but I think if they can do for Infinity War what they did with Civil War and really balance it and give all the characters, moments and give them more time to shine where it doesn't feel like a big mess, then I'm not worried about this movie. I'm very excited to see it. I cannot wait to have this big third final climactic chapter in the Avengers trilogy, if you will, following on from the first Avengers and Age of Ultron. Obviously those were Joss Whedon. Now we're getting the Russo brothers coming in. I'm excited to see their takes on some of the other characters, because we haven't seen the Russo brothers direct yet. So yeah, I'm very excited to see this movie. One of the ones I'm most looking forward to, one of my most anticipated films of the year, and cannot wait to see Avengers Infinity War. And next up is Deadpool 2 on May 16th. I don't think it actually has an official title yet. There's rumours that it's going to be called the Untitled Deadpool sequel. That would be pretty funny. Or maybe it's just going to be called Deadpool 2, I don't know. But obviously I'm very looking forward to Deadpool. I didn't go crazy over the first movie as a lot of other people did, but I did really enjoy that first Deadpool movie. It was really great, really kind of breath of fresh air, something we'd never seen before in a superhero movie, and I'm very much looking forward to this as well. Obviously we've got Josh Brolin coming in there as Cable. Obviously we're going to get all our favourite things back from the first movie. Lorena Baccarin back as Vanessa, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Colossus. I mean, I'd be shocked if this movie doesn't live up to expectations. I mean, it looks great, and I'm sure it was going to be just as good, if not better than the first one. And coming out May 25th, it's Solo, a Star Wars story, and I've got to admit, this is another one that I'm not that excited for. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to seeing it, I'm going to see it, it's Star Wars, but I'm one of these people that I don't really think it was necessary to do a Han Solo prequel standalone movie. I just don't think they needed to do it. I just think it's really unnecessary. I'd rather see an Obi-Wan movie. I just don't know why they're doing a Han Solo prequel film, but they're doing it now, and I guess I'm going to see it. I mean, the trailers didn't really do it for me, to be honest with you. I didn't hate the trailers, but I wasn't like out of my mind excited watching them. I was like, okay, I guess this is it. I have no problems with Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo. A lot of people have a problem with him. I don't have a problem with that. I think he's going to be good. He's a really great actor. He was really great in Hail Caesar. Just the back and forth between him and Ralph Fiennes in that movie was great. I think he's a good choice. And I think he'll do a good job. I just don't think a Han Solo movie was necessary. Maybe Ron Howard taking over the reins will actually make a really great, fun movie, and maybe this will actually be a really big hit amongst all Star Wars fans. Who knows? So, I'm not that excited to see it. I could have done without it, but I'm still going to see it in Star Wars. So there we go. And coming out on the June 6th, it's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Again, another one I'm not that excited for. I did enjoy Jurassic World, but I didn't love it. I mean, I actually really, really enjoyed it when I first saw it in the cinema, and then I saw it again on Blu-ray, and I was like, this is nowhere near as good as I remember. Like, I loved it the first time I saw it. I kind of got swept up in the hype, because that final battle between the Indominus Rex, the T-Rex and the Velociraptors is great. It kind of made me overlook the rest of the film. To be honest with you, the rest of the film isn't that great. It's kind of just like, nah. And then it really makes up for it with that final battle, which is awesome. And so I kind of got swept up with the excitement of it all when I first saw it. And then I saw it again on Blu-ray, and I was like, you know what? This isn't that. I don't really like this. I don't think it's that great. But I still enjoy the movie. I still think it was a good film. I'm looking forward to seeing this, I suppose, but I'm not that excited. I'm most looking forward to the fact that it's J.A. Bayona directing, who did A Monster Course, and the trailers haven't really done it for me, but I'm guessing there's a lot they're not showing. And a lot of time with these marketing campaigns, you can't really tell what the film is actually going to be like. So I'm hoping it's going to be an even better film. J.A. Bayona is going to really bring all the horror elements, all the darker elements to this film. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings to it. But other than that, I'm not that excited, and the trailers really haven't done it for me. And next up, the one I'm most excited to see on July 13th, it's Incredibles. The Incredibles 2. Finally! What has it been? 14 years? Hopefully the wait will be worth it. I love the trailer. I'm a big fan of the trailer. Brad Bird's coming back. I mean, this is the sequel to one of my favourite films of all time. I mean, I don't like choosing one movie for my favourite film of all time, but The Incredibles is definitely up there. and I just cannot wait. We're finally getting a sequel to this. Who knows, maybe it won't be as good as the first movie, but it's Brad Bird coming back. We've got all the original voice cast coming back. The trailer looks great. I mean, I've seen nothing that's got me worried about this. I've been waiting so long to see this, and by the looks of it, the wait is most definitely going to be worth it. Cannot wait to see this movie. So there we go. Coming out in July, it's The Incredibles 2. And also in July, on the 26th, it's Mission Impossible Fallout. Another one I'm very much looking forward to. I'm very excited to see this. I'm a big fan of the Mission Impossible films, particularly the last two, Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation. Ghost Protocol for me really helped to reinvigorate and re-energise the franchise. Also Brad Bird, funny enough, connection, he directed that movie. His first live action film. Yeah, I think he did a great job with that movie. And then of course Christopher McQuarrie with Rogue Nation and him coming back now. I'm a little kind of like on the fact that Christopher McQuarrie is coming back. Not because I don't like him, and not because he didn't do a good job with the last movie, because he did, but every Mission Impossible film, Tom Cruise has had this thing where they get a different director for each film, just giving a different feel to each film, and they're kind of breaking that rule now of bringing Christopher McQuarrie back. But I've heard some things that he said, Christopher McQuarrie, saying that he's going to make a different kind of film. It's going to feel very different, going to be very different. And also they've got a really great working relationship, Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie. They've done a lot of films together. And for everything I've seen from this, the trailer was absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's probably the best trailer of the year. Phenomenal trailer. I mean, I'm even more excited to see it now than I was before. It's probably like one of my top 3 most anticipated films of the year. Cannot wait to see this movie. So Mission Impossible Fallout. And next up in August, we've got Ant-Man and the Wasp. Very much looking forward to seeing this. Love the first movie. The trailer looks great. I am sure this one's going to be great as well. Venom comes out on October 5th. I'm not completely sold on this yet. I did like the trailer. I liked how it had that sci-fi horror thriller vibe. I didn't immediately come off as a superhero movie. But the trailer didn't, the teaser didn't really show that much, so I can't really make judgment on whether I think it's going to be good or bad yet. I mean, I just haven't really seen enough. But I'm excited to see Tom Hardy in that role. And I'm hoping this will be a good film. If they make it like a kind of indie sci-fi horror thriller, that'd be really cool. And then we got Mowgli, which is Andy Serkis's Jungle Book movie that also comes out in October the 19th. And I'm looking forward to seeing this movie. Hopefully it'll be something different from Jon Favreau's Disney movie. It'll be something darker, more closer to the books. I think that's what we're going to get. We're going to get the performance capture with the actors actually playing the animals. So we're going to see the actors' faces in the animals. I'm not sure how that's going to look just yet, but I'm sure that's going to be pretty cool. And we're finally going to get it this year apparently. So very much looking forward to seeing that. And also X-Men: The Dark Phoenix comes out end of October, and again, I'm not that excited. Apocalypse wasn't amazing. I did like Apocalypse, but obviously First Class and Days of Future Past were much better. I'm excited to see this still, and hopefully they can actually kind of do an even better job than they did with an Apocalypse and bring a lot of the fans back on board that kind of didn't love that film. So I'm excited to see this, but I'm not making a song and dance about it. And next up, Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald comes out in November. Again, I didn't love the first movie, so I'm not that excited to see this. But it is Harry Potter. I'm going to see it. I'm hoping this will be better than the first one. I didn't hate the first one. I thought it was just alright. So hopefully this will be a sequel that will really build on what the first movie established and give us a better sequel. I'm excited to see it go more down the road of kind of Dumbledore versus Grindelwald. That's what I want to see in this franchise. So I think that's what they're going to do now, and that's the path they're going down. I can't wait to see Jude Law as young Dumbledore and everything between him and Grindelwald. Hopefully that'll play a big part. And next up, Aquaman comes out in December. I'm not terribly excited to see this, but I am looking forward to the fact that it's going to be a standalone film directed by James Wan. And we saw Wonder Woman that DC does better when they do just the standalone films focusing on one character. Man of Steel and Wonder Woman were their best films because they were solo films about one character. They weren't big crazy team ups. So hopefully this will be a good movie. It's supposed to be like Star Wars Underwater or something like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing this, and hopefully James Wan will actually deliver a really great film. And also Mary Poppins Returns comes out in December. I'm very excited to see this. We got a trailer recently, and Mary Poppins, the original, is one of my favourite films of all time, and I was not on board with a sequel until they announced Emily Blunt. I was like, I'll only be okay with a Mary Poppins sequel if they cast Emily Blunt, and then they casted her, so I was like, okay, I'm sold. We've only seen a little tease, but it does look really great. And the last one on this list is Alita Battle Angel. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to feel about this. They did push it back to December, pushed it back like 5 or 6 months. The CGI does look a little weird, a little off-putting, but I am looking forward to seeing this movie because it does look really cool and really kind of visually striking and different. I think Robert Rodriguez is doing this movie, so it does look pretty cool. I'm going to check it out. So there we go. That wraps up my rundown of all the big movies coming out this year, which are the ones I'm most looking forward to, whether I'm excited about them or not. What are the films coming out this year that you're most excited to see? What are the big blockbuster movies coming out in 2018 that you're most looking forward to seeing. Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you like this and you haven't already, be sure to click subscribe to see more. If you missed my last review, be sure to go ahead and click over here to catch up on my last review, or perhaps down here to catch up on all my recent videos. But with that said, I've been David O'Sullivan. I'll see you next time.